and the Kings bench or some of the Kings players on the court. What happened and how did it unfold?
That's a good question. Sometimes you come into a game and when a team kicks you in the mouth to start 12-1, I mean, you got to find something to kind of get your juices going. They were feeling confident, and we kind of wanted to take their confidence away. So sometimes, within the heat of the game, you just get to John back and forth, and that's just kind of what led to that. And, they were feeling high, being up 12-1, and we didn't like how that felt. So, we let them hear about it. They're a great team. They're a good team. They're battling, but they definitely came out with a sense of urgency, definitely more than us to start the game.
Ben Anderson, KSLSports.com.
George, what do you guys miss when Jordan Clarkson's not in the lineup, especially there in the second unit that you play so much with?
A barrage of points, like just out of nowhere. No, I think we miss Jordan just for the sense of, he's a guy that, literally throw the ball to him and he makes something happen. He's making other teams overhelp, drawing two defenders. And what was unique tonight about Sacramento is, they switched 1 through 5. And so, we needed to find new ways to get closeouts and get our so-called blender going and getting their guys in rotation. And once we did, when it rains, it pours for us. So that's kind of, what we're holding our hat on with defending and slowing teams down with having, I think it was a 23 and a 24-point quarter in the second half, is, sticking to that. And eventually our shots will fall and we'll start getting them in rotations and, take the lead.
Eric Walden, Salt Tribune.
Hey, George, 2 questions. First off, just what does it feel like when you guys have had, a 3-game stretch of not shooting the ball particularly well, and then finally starting to see them kind of going in bunches, yourself especially?
Yeah, I wish I had like a good one-liner for what it feels like. It just doesn't feel good. It's like waking up with a migraine. It's like, oh, here we go again, and, it feels good to see the ball go in, especially for a lot of guys that do more for us than just shoot. Royce may not be shooting the ball as well as he's capable of, but he's impacting the game in so many other ways. With his defense, he had 14 rebounds tonight. To see the ball go in more for Joe, even Mike. I think, like I've said this before, when you have happiness for other guys and their success, it's really a wonderful thing. And I think that's what this team has. So to answer your question, it sucked not seeing the ball in. It also sucked losing, but we also know that, that's how teams are going to guard us. And we're going to need to, make plays in other areas if shots aren't falling for us to win games. Like I said, especially in the playoffs.
And secondly, Richaun Holmes had a pretty incredible first half, 21 points, 8 for 8. You guys seemed like kind of far more ratchet, locked in on the interior defensively in the second half. What changed from your perspective?
I think we just had more of a sense of urgency. Once we started, making guys miss rather than, being there and hoping that they miss, good things happen to us. I mean, let's not get this misconstrued. I mean, Rudy is the defensive player of the year, and he's going to get people's best game every night. So for him to have 21 points at half, and I don't know, what are you in with, 25? Yeah, 4 points. It's like, okay, you woke up a monster. You know what I mean? It happens in the NBA. Sometimes you come out with a lull, not saying that Rudy did, but sometimes, that happens, and then it's all right, you got my attention now. And now let's really play. And you saw what happened then. He's a good player, but Rudy is the 2-time defensive player of the year for a reason. No questions asked. There's a reason behind that.
That's it. Thank you, George.
Thank you, guys.